So if you know me, you probably know that I like trains. And if you know my YouTube channel, you know that I love Tomy / Trackmaster. And if you know me as a movie person, you know that Back to the Future is my favorite film trilogy of all time. So needless to say, when this was announced, I was about to nut. This was on sale on Amazon Japan. I can't remember what it was in yen. It was about $56 USD, I believe. And then there was shipping. Oh boy. Oh yeah. There she is. It's hard to get it all in one shot, but look at that. It's got the Tamika DeLorean with the railroad wheels. It's got the figures of Doc and Clara and Marty and his 1885 Clint Eastwood guys. Oh yeah, that's right. It comes with a hoverboard too. I love 19th century American steam locomotives. So to have one in this Tomy form is really sweet. Yeah, and it's tender drive, as you can see there. Now, I've never owned any of the Plarail real class, any of those engines, which I'm pretty sure this is meant to be a part of, which is why it comes with that more realistic track, and like the couplers are black. So that's neat. Back to the Future, Part 3, Locomotive 131, and Time Machine. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. Let's take a gander. Oh boy, alright. We've got figures. Is that facing the right way? I've never owned any Play Kids before, so I have no idea if they're supposed to face this way or not with the legs going out. There's Clara, there's Doc, there's Marty. We got these bridge supports. I've never owned any like Tomy bridge pieces. I do have some Hit Toys ones, so I don't know if like this is just the standard way that they're configured and like the standard way they support the track. I mean, in a perfect world, it would resemble more of a trestle bridge like it was in the movie, but you know, I'm not going to be picky. There's that end of track piece. Yep. I don't know if that's meant for like the male end to go through, but I guess I'll figure it out. Sticker sheet on the hoverboard and the two stacks. I like that they did this because they have the taller stack, which is more accurate to the real locomotive. Then they have the smaller one, which I'm assuming fits under bridges. And you've got your hoverboard, your sticker sheet, and this track. I've never had this track before. I don't have any Tomy Blue track anymore. This is my first exposure to Plarail track in a long time. It's interesting. I am way too committed to Trackmaster track to convert to this, but I really like this design. It's neat. And then you got your stopper piece. So that's cool. You got the actual DeLorean and an instruction booklet, which I do not think I will need. The only other DeLorean I have is like a 1/64 scale one. Oh, it's like die-cast. It's actually a lot heavier than I thought it'd be. This is a Tamika release, right? Is this... I know Tamika has made a lot of variants of the DeLorean. Like, with like the 50s wheels, without Mr. Fusion. So I'm wondering, like, is this variant exclusive to this set, or did they release it? I don't know. But it fits on the track, of course, which is really cool. And of course, the piece de resistance, the engine. Okay, I've got the tender out. Which has a gearbox inside. I assume it's a standard flat drive unit, as it's affectionately called. Yeah, it's really interesting that it has those black couplers. I don't know if that's a characteristic of the rail class Plarail items or not. So there's the tender, and here's the engine. Alright. she is. Really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah, it even has the detail of the tires on the cowcatcher that Doc put on it so that it could push the DeLorean. Oh yeah, that's right. The cab. You could put figures in the cab if you wanted. Forgot about that. It's interesting that they put traction tires on the wheels instead of like what they used to do. Like I'm thinking of like the Plarail Harvey, where like it didn't have tires, but like the wheels had like grooves cut in them so that it would grip the rails. Now that I think about it, I guess Emily had the tires too, so I guess it does make a little more sense. All right, let's I'm of course gonna go for the big, accurate one. Here we go. Okay, I got the stickers on the cab. And like if you look at this water pump, it was like really like in the way of getting this one on. Just kind of a weird little design quirk. Yeah, let's get a battery in this thing. I'm assuming this is just the normal flat drive unit. Yeah, I kind of thought Plarail had retired this drive unit when like that kind of chunkier one that like some of their later releases had for the Thomas line. A little noisy. That's alright, that might correct itself, I'm hoping. There is the bridge set up in all its glory. I neglected to mention that the engine has like these little points here that you can stick the figures on top of. Like I got Clara on top of the tender, got Doc and Marty on the engine here. These little parts here that you can just stick them on top of. You can also, there's also space in the cab to put one of the figures too, which is cool. I mean, I don't know how you would work around this, but I think it'd be cool if the DeLorean had space to like put Marty in there. So you could actually like recreate the whole scene. Like, you know, because like it starts out, Marty's in there. Marty's in there. Doc's in the cab, he comes up, and Clara catches up to the train, and she's on top of the tender and gets in the cab. Then they're both on the locomotive. I don't know, it would have been cool, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And I've got the hoverboard just over here because I could not find a good space for it. It's the set as God intended. Sans that. I mean, also in a perfect world, I would love if this wasn't tender driven. I feel like they could have designed the engine in such a way to where, like, kind of make the cab a little bigger, and then, like, the kind of drive unit they used to put in Thomas and Percy in them. It does help the shape of the engine look really good. Maybe they just wanted to take more care with it since it is a real locomotive. And, like, you know, the tender is the tender. But, I mean, still, this is pretty sweet. I love this. Let's get some more tracks set up for this to run on. So something I feel like could have really benefited this set is make it kind of, you know, more of a set. So I've built a little mock-up here, if you will. Just ignore that it's Trackmaster track, okay? Just a little loop for the engine to actually run on. You know, have the points set like that. And then you could recreate the scene where the train is here, Doc has the railroaders at gunpoint, and then Marty comes and switches the track, and they uncouple the train. You could include a couple cars in here. I really wish I had some American rolling stock right now, but whatever. Then you got the DeLorean sitting here, and then it goes up to, I just knocked Clara over, just ignore that, goes up to the bridge. I don't know. I don't feel like it would have been too hard or too much more expensive, but I mean, I don't know. That's my perspective as a bystander. Just kind of ignore my kind of jerry rigging over there. Because, like, this support's a little taller because the Tomy track is shorter than the Trackmaster, so this is whatever. But, yeah. That's kind of my proposal for how this could have been better value, but, you know, what do I know as a consumer? But yeah, then you could just have it go. just like the movie. So, in conclusion, I do really love this set. I really appreciate that they made it, but I don't know. I feel like it could have been something more. Like, include some more track, include some rolling stock, even if it's just a couple cars. Like, I don't know. Something's better than nothing. But I mean, honestly, that just generally applies to the logic of this set. Like, the fact that they made this at all is really awesome. The DeLorean with the railroad wheels, the whole bridge, the end of track part, and you got 3 figures. And they really did not need to include the hoverboard, but like, that was an integral part of the scene, so they just did. Like, there's no logical part to make the hoverboard work. Because, like, you can have Marty up here, but that wouldn't really be accurate to the movie. You can't really have him inside the DeLorean. But then you can have Doc in the cab, up here, up there, Clara on the tender, in the cab. Like, you can recreate the whole scene. And honestly, they probably could have just excluded Marty, and you would have been able to recreate the scene just fine, but they did anyway. And I mean, same for the hoverboard. I am really happy with this set. I just feel like they could have done a little bit more with it, but, you know, I'm still really happy with what we got. If you love Back to the Future, if you love Tomy like I do, I definitely recommend picking this up. If you love old school American engines like I do, this is worth picking up. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.